Knifing in Battlefield 3 wasn't exactly perfect. The animation system had a lot of bugs. There was a bug at one point where only one person could do a knife takedown on one map in any given server at any point in time, which meant if two people tried to knife each other, one of the knife animations would fail and probably cause you to actually be shot by the enemy you were trying to knife. The animation system itself was fairly glitchy depending on what drivers you had for different graphics cards. It really varied on the system that you were playing on PC. I'm not sure how it went for console, but at the same time there were a lot of bugs with it. Having said all that though, it's still an extremely popular thing in Battlefield 3. At the moment events are going on for gloves for tags. It's become a sort of sport for Battlefield in general. And I think that's only going to continue when it comes round to Battlefield 4. Now I did bring up the other day that there were at least 10 different knives in Battlefield 4 for you to be able to use. And currently as it stands, DICE still doesn't believe it's finished with the customization levels for the game. That means we could be seeing even more knives added to the list of 10 that I'm about to show you. So, first of all, we have the bayonet. Now, this is pretty much going to be the starter knife in Battlefield 4. It's exactly the same as the one in Battlefield 3 that you have if you now don't have Premium for Battlefield 3. If you do have Premium, then you'll be familiar with the ACB-90, which is the next one in the list. This one's nicknamed the box cutter simply because it looks like a knife that's supposed to cut boxes. Now, it wasn't very popular in Premium. A lot of people thought that we should have had a little bit more customization, and one knife just for being a Premium member wasn't exactly the biggest bonus in the world, but it still differentiated players. Next in the list is the shank knife. Now this is an improvised knife, and it made its first appearance for Battlefield 4. In the E3 gameplay, in the live stream, somebody went through the menus and actually found the shank knife. At that point in time, there was only the bayonet and the shank knife that was actually in that list, so these things have been added since E3. Number 4 in the list is the machete. Now, for anyone who's played the Battlefield 3 campaign, this will probably look quite familiar to you. This is Dima's machete knife from the Battlefield 3 campaign. This was the knife that people thought they were getting when they got Premium. This would have been a better knife than the box cutter ACB-90. I personally would have loved this in Battlefield 3, but it's great news that it's coming to Battlefield 4. Number 5 is perhaps my personal favourite from the 10 that are up on the screen in front of you. This one's the Bowie knife. Now this one's a bit nostalgic for me because I used to play a lot of Call of Duty Zombies, and in a lot of the maps you can actually unlock the Bowie knife off the wall to kill zombies in one swipe. So this one is quite nostalgic for me, and I think it looks very sleek as well. Knife number 6 is the carbon fibre knife. Now this one looks a little bit out there, a little bit weird. I have to say it's not something that I'll be using in the Battlefield, but definitely the customization levels, even in the knife section, are looking far beyond what we ever expected for Battlefield 4. You can pretty much pick whatever shape of knife you want, and there's one there to suit anybody. Number 7 is the improvised knife. Number 8 is the scout knife. Number 9 we have survival. And number 10, we have the trench knife. Those 4 I went through rather quickly simply because they don't interest me a huge amount, but I still put some pictures up there for you to see what they could look like. Once again, the customization level is massive. So that's those 10 knives over and done with, but we may actually be seeing more. DICE did confirm in their live stream yesterday that they're still working on weapons and attachments for the Battlefield 4 base game. The build of the game that we're seeing at Gamescom isn't finalised. There are still plenty of glitches in there that need to be sorted out. The beta comes around soon as well, in about a month's time, so we're going to be able to have a look at the game there and then root out some more bugs, because the game is still in itself about to come out in 2 months' time, so there's plenty of time left for DICE to make some more tweaks. So moving from the knives themselves, we'll move across to the animation. So I've put a little bit of Battlefield 3 gameplay in the background there. It was a knife-only server, just for relevance of the video I jumped into one. It was an absolute nightmare. I got my tags taken I don't know how many times. But yeah, something for Battlefield 4 that I want to see is different knife animations. That's not to say that in Battlefield 3 we were limited in the amount of knife animations that we had. It's just that 2 years down the line now, I know exactly what the animation is going to look like, whatever angle I decide to come at the enemy from. And so far I found one example of a brand new knife animation for Battlefield 4. It's just come up on the screen there. It was in the Paracel Storm multiplayer trailer. That one looks quite cool, coming in from the side, knifing in the neck. that one would look quite interesting. So that definitely means that DICE have worked on a lot more knife animations, and of course don't forget we now have the counter knife as well, which means we're going to be seeing a lot more animations for that. I've managed to find 2 examples of the counter knife in Battlefield 4 so far. There's this one where the enemy comes in from the front, he grabs his hand, twists it round and shoves it back into the enemy's stomach. And the second one, unfortunately, I cannot show footage of because it's from Jack frags, but the enemy runs towards him from the front and tries to knife him. Jack actually blocks him with his front arm, punches him in the face, and then stabs him in the chest. So that's 3 animations we've seen so far. I haven't looked through all the live stream footage, but trust me, that would take hours. So that's 3 guaranteed knife animations that we've seen so far. And from DICE's commitment so far to Battlefield 4, it looks like we're going to be seeing a lot more of them. So, just before I end this video, I want to ask you guys, which of the 10 knives that we just spoke about are you most looking forward to unlocking and equipping for your soldier in Battlefield 4? I've already told you mine, it's the Bowie knife. It just looks absolutely amazing, and as I said, it's nostalgic for me. But which one of the 10 are you going to be looking to equip on your soldier for Battlefield 4? Let me know down in the comments. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like down below, and I will be reading all of your comments. But until next time, my name is Westy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.